everybody, you're very welcome to Coopershill. My name is Maeve McCormack and I'm with Work Matters for Sligo Libraries. Today I'm going to be talking to Alison Gorman from Hawthorn Bakehouse. Alison, you're very, very welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, Maeve. Thanks a million.
It's lovely to have you, and it's wonderful to smell your fabulous home bakes. They're sitting there beside you.
Thanks a million.
Can you tell us about what products that you sell through Hawthorn Bakehouse?
Yeah, sure. So Hawthorn Bakehouse primarily sells brownies and cookies. So we have a classic brownie, which is your classic chocolate fudge brownie studded with toasted walnuts, which actually recently won a gold medal at the Blossom Heron Awards this year, which is, we were delighted with. And then we have a couple of seasonal twists as well. So normally throughout the year we have a Black Forest version, and we also have a peanut butter and homemade raspberry jam version. We're going very Christmassy at the moment, so we have a mince pie brownie, which is really nice. It's kind of like all the flavours and fruit of a mince pie, but with chocolate, and it's just a great combination of flavours. And we have a spiced orange and hazelnut brownie. And then we also sell a range of cookies. There are, kind of classic chocolate chip cookies, lots of chocolate in our bakery, but we also have gluten-free options. We have lots of fruit-based options, like we have a raspberry shorty, which has homemade raspberry jam and a really buttery biscuit base. So we try to, make everything completely homemade. So everything from the jam, everything is made by us in our own kitchen.
So it sounds like you have a fabulous range of products.
Yeah, we try to keep it interesting.
You do?
So
Where can people get the products?
Our bakery is online, so it's like having, it's like going to a normal bakery that you would go and have a look at like a range of things, but it's all on our website, which is hawthornbakes.ie. So you can buy online. We have a little date selector for your shipping. So if you're buying in advance, you can choose your date for shipping. And then I literally make everything bespoke for you, and it goes out and it's sent anywhere in the country.
So everything is made fresh.
Yeah,
you can decide what day you want it sent out.
Exactly.
And you can order it from anywhere because it's all online.
Exactly. So you can order from anywhere in the country and send it to anywhere else.
And do you particular say sizes of boxes or ranges that you do?
Yeah,
how
we
do
do.
people choose? Yeah.
We do. We have a classic size, which tends to have like one of each item, so you get a taste of everything that we have on offer. And then we have a larger box, which maybe if you're having a gathering or a party is perfect. Depends on the box. We have, say, between 2 to 5 of each things in the larger boxes, depending on whether you're getting brownies or a mix or cookies. So it depends.
So plenty of choices.
Loads of choices,
there. Excellent.
Yeah.
So how did you end up in a business like this? I mean, you sound so enthusiastic about it. Is it something you always wanted to do?
Yes, absolutely. I always loved cooking and baking, and I studied English and philosophy. I was a million miles away from cooking at the time, but I was like, even in college, I was always cooking for my housemates and everything. I was always really interested in food and the kitchen. And I went to Toronto after I finished university and worked in a cookbook store, which was just amazing. It was just like the most fun job I've ever had. It was brilliant. And just really, that really made me think, yes, I really want to work in food. We would cook for events and bake for events in the store. And I thought, yeah, I like this.
And then you moved on, did you, to work in a cafe?
Yes, I did. I went to Ballymaloe before that.
Okay.
I went to Ballymaloe and did the 12-week cookery course there. And then got some experience in a cafe in Dublin, which was brilliant, where we made everything fresh from scratch, which is exactly what I do here. But I always wanted to be back in Sligo.
That was my next question. So how did you end up? I know you were in London as well, so Toronto, London,
all over the
Dublin.
place,
So what made you decide to come back to Sligo?
Pretty much as soon as I left Sligo, I knew I wanted to be back in Sligo. But it just is the way it goes. Different jobs came up and different things happened along the way. But it was always the master plan was to get back here.
So how did you get into the business then when you came back to Sligo?
Yeah, well, I came back in the end of 2019. And I started the Start Your Own Business course with the local enterprise office, which is amazing. And my plan at the time was to do maybe like wedding cakes that were quite modern and with lots of seasonal flavours. And as we all know, 2020 happened and things changed. And
so you had to change your dreams,
exactly,
really, didn't you?
So we kind of had to do a little pivot of the business. But that was actually, it worked out really well because I was literally sending friends cookies, brownies. We were having Zoom calls where we'd have like all of our treats all together and pop on the kettle. And I thought, well, my kitchen's approved. I love making these things. And it's a little, bit of something special and nice that you can send even during, lockdowns and things. We were able to send things like that. So it was really lovely to be able to pop something delicious in the post. That's a lovely treat for someone. You can send it to a friend, you can send it to family, birthdays, any celebrations. And so Hawthorn was born. Yeah.
So you send your products all over the country. Do you find you've more Sligo-based clients, or do they, they send to the people in Sligo or to people further afield?
We have a lot of actually Sligo customers who send further afield. So a lot of people buy like Sligo addresses are purchasing the items, but then they're going all over the country, which is lovely because, you know, when you've lived away, you know yourself, it's nice to be able to send something that you know is homemade and you know is from Sligo, but it can be going to a friend who's anywhere in the country. But a mix, like Sligo customers are really supportive, and we've had so much support from local community. So a lot of things are just bought for in Sligo as well, which is we highly encourage.
And your ingredients, do you source most of them in Sligo, or where do
Yeah,
you get them?
so we use we use a really beautiful Belgian chocolate. We use only Irish butter, of course. We wouldn't even go anywhere else. Yeah, we get our eggs from Woodville Farm. And yeah, we basically use as much Irish ingredients as we can. And definitely we purchase everything within Sligo and Ireland, so we don't look outside too far to get anything.
And how do you think being based in Sligo influences how you run your business?
I think it brings a brilliant work-life balance to the business. Like, it's so wonderful to live in Sligo. So I always knew I wanted to be back here. I've always loved Sligo. And it's just like when you say you're having a really busy day, it's very stressful. Lots to do, lots of orders have to be made. And then like in 5 minutes you can be out to the beach and it feels so much more relaxed. It's much more manageable. So it's like the work-life balance part of Sligo is brilliant. But also we have a really nice business community here. It's really supportive. You know, there's so many other food businesses and even non-food businesses in town who've been really supportive of.
So there's a good kind of business network, good supportive business network.
Yes, the network is brilliant down here. And it's just a really nice place to live and work. I think that's
just
the
when
main
you're
thing.
talking about the networks, I know you've Sligo Leo have supported you. How are you involved in any other business networks in Sligo?
Mostly just the Sligo Leo, actually, yeah, but they've been such a huge support. I've done loads of training through them, and even the Start Your Own Business course has been, like, it was just a brilliant bedrock, a brilliant foundation for getting from kind of idea to actually being out there in the marketplace.
And as you say, you've such huge supports from Sligo Leo. We've actually asked Liam Kiely from Sligo Leo to come in today as well. So Liam is going to come along now and tell us about some of the supports available to businesses in Sligo. Liam, you're very welcome.
Thanks very much, Maeve. Well, the local enterprise office supports really break down into 3 different areas. There's the training supports, the mentoring supports, and the financial supports. We offer a wide range of training courses for small businesses, particularly for startups. A lot of them are short and snappy, which is what startup entrepreneurs want at this stage. They just want to get the information and get out and do their thing. We offer training courses in marketing, in digital marketing, in finance, in HR, a range of different areas. We also offer mentoring for small businesses. Now, we have a panel of over 50 mentors with a wide range of expertises, from anything from your standard business advice, business planning, finance, again, HR, and there's certain sectoral areas in particular that we have consultants now on board in the food sector that can help the type of business that Alison is working within. And thirdly, there's financial supports. We have priming grants, which are much suited to startups in the early stages, businesses of less than 18 months in existence. And this can help towards 50% of the cost of capital items that a business might need to set up. There's also salary support if the business needs to take on an additional employee. And it'll also cover some of their consultancy or marketing costs within a year.
So a huge range of supports there altogether, Liam. And I know that, Alison, you've used a number of these over the years. Yeah. And would it be fair to say that maybe some of the supports you give are for businesses at an earlier stage, and then some of them they would use at a later stage when they're expanding more? Is there something for, I suppose, people at all stages of business?
There is. Like, again, the priming grant would be more for the early stage business that are going to go into the business-to-business area. Business expansion grant is more for the more advanced businesses. There's also other supports there that businesses can access through us, like the Microfinance Ireland Loan Fund. And again, they would have loans for startup situations, for startup businesses, or businesses thinking of expanding. So the support can match the stage at which an entrepreneur is at.
Okay, so something for every stage of business by the sounds of things from Sligo Leo. Liam, thanks very much for all that. It's been really, really informative. And Alison, thank you so much for coming in to talk to us today.
Thank you so much, Maeve.
Have a wonderful Christmas, and I hope you're run off your feet.
Thank you, you too. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Thanks very much from Coopershill.